Don't worry about that. If you are Java developer, sometimes these things will happen, guys. Okay, sometimes these things is happening. I'm taking here any, then just a minute. Yeah, that is the issue now. That's correct. Okay, so that one issue actually. Sometimes if you are the Java developer, this kind of issue will become, guys, because like our roles is fully backend only. Sometime, right? Sometime we at the time of designing, because like our position is came as a senior, no. So after long back, I developed. Now, okay, no issue. Now, what is that? Okay, so let's take let. I'm taking what is that? Let product. Let product. I'm taking what is that? Any type equal to. Let's take here. What is that? What we will do it now? I'm taking here. What is that? I'm taking some property. I'm taking some property. This property again is giving the issue. Now everything.
Here
Sorry.
colon.
Sorry.
Colon.
If your
Name
colon
colon and AA. Double
Ah,
quotation colon.
what's happening today,
Yes.
guys? What's happening today with me? Okay, I think actually no, I traveled from some places, so that is the reason my brain isn't working today. Okay, no issues. Now let's take name colon, right? Name colon. I'm taking what is that? Name colon. Let's take mobile, right? Mobile. Let's take mobile and price, right? Price. I'm taking what is that? Price, right? Price. Now here, what is that? Let's give the price as a number type 5800 something. This is the mobile price. Okay, mobile price. Now, okay, now here what I'm taking now is stock. I'm taking stock. I'm taking stock. I'm taking, right? Stock. I'm taking. Let's take stock as a what? Stock as a 5. Stock as a 5. These are the data, right? These are the data. But here, what is that? We didn't declare the what? We didn't specify the data type, right? Data type. Based on that, we store the data. And that value is becoming, that property is becoming based on that, right? Based on that, if we are storing the number type, right, then this property will become number. If we are storing a string, then by default this one, what is that? This data, this property is becoming what? String type. Come on, guys, right? But this one will lead the issue, guys. Whenever we will enter in the programming part, right? Whenever we will enter in the project part, right? So if declaring the like this, then what is that? Then it will create the issue now. It will create the issue now. Without contract, what we are doing now? We are dealing with the data. Without contract, we are dealing with the data. We are dealing the data. Then what we will do it now? We will specify some contracts. And in the contract, we will specify the rules. What we wrote now here, defines rules for the designing a component. Come on. So see, here without rules we declared, right? We declared without rules. Means what is that? Here what is that? It can be, if we store by removing that, what is that? By removing that what? If we are storing that number data, then if this property is becoming number type or not? Come on. This property is becoming number, right? Come on. We already
Yes.
learned initial only, guys. Initial only, right? If we are storing, if we are not taking the data type, whatever data we are storing, that property is becoming based on that. See, it's a number type. Whenever I'm overriding, see, property as a number is showing or not here. What is that?
Yes.
Now if I'm storing here, what is that? If I'm storing, let's take Ravi, or let's take mobile. Mobile means what is that? This is the string data now it's becoming a string now. Come on. So this is the following rule or not?
Yes.
Not following, right? Not following, because based on that property changes, what is that? This property key behavior also changing. Come on. So means what is that? This object is not following what? This object is not following the contract rule. Come on, it's following or not following?
following.
Ravi, will you please explain it again?
Sorry.
The things is, please explain again.
Now you joined.
No.
Means what is that? Which things you want again to explain?
Like this name is colon mobile.
Okay, so see, means what is that? Why we are designing the contract to following the to design our component, to follow the rules, right? Rules means if we are designing any component, then what is that? First, what we need to do now? We need to follow certain rule. Without rule, if we declare our project or design our project, that one will not acceptable by the client. That project will acceptable with the client. See, if we are not following
Right.
coding standard at the time of
No.
developing, then what is that? It will be the issue or not? See, project will work,
Yes.
project will work, but what is that? If models in if models are increasing, then how the developer or another developer understand what is that? Which component we need to use? Just assume that we are designing what is that addition application and in that method we are taking add method. Instead of add method, that method we are taking multiplication method, and that multiplication method we having as a add. So what the other developer will understand by seeing that one? This is the what is that multiplication method, but that method is what for the addition. Now if we are not following the coding standard, then that is the issue or not, guys? Come on.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes,
Yes,
So
issue.
same like here, what is that? In the object, directly in the object, what we are doing now? We are declaring the property. Just assume that in this property, what I'm doing now, I'm storing what is that number data. Then what will happen now? It's this property is becoming dynamically as a number or not? Come on.
Yes, number changing.
Yes.
Now if we are storing in this property, let's take mobile any string data, then what is that? Dynamically this data is becoming a string now.
String.
yes,
So it
yes.
will lead the issue or not if we are not following some, if we are not binding this object data with what certain rule, then it will create the issue or not,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
Creating
it will
issue.
create a issue.
So for that, what we will do it now, guys? We will what is that? Design the contract. We will design the contract based on that contract. What we will do it now? We will design what is that? This object now. We will design this object now. We will design this object now. What is that? How we will do that? We will take the help of what is that? Interface. We will take the help of interface. What is that? I product in that what we will do it now? Let's take, we have the property, this property, number property, name property as which kind of this property now, guys? String type na? Come on.
Yes,
String
string
type.
type.
This property is what?
Yes.
A string type. Now another one is what is that? Price. Now price is which kind of property now, guys? That is the
Number.
number.
Teacher.
That is the
Number.
number. That is the
Number.
number now. That is the number type now. Okay, so now stock related is there now. Let's make this one as a boolean kind of thing, guys. Okay, true and false now. Copy this one. Let's make this contract as a what? As a boolean type. Right? Boolean type. Let's increase the quantity also. Quantity. If we are increasing the quantity, okay. Now we will not increase now. Okay. Now what I'm doing now? Then we will implement what is that? We will take the help of, instead of taking the any, what is that? We will what
Interface
is
name.
interface name. We will take that interface name. Based on that interface name, what we are doing now? We are what is that? We are specifying our is not we specifying or declaring our object. Now see, name in the name property. What is that? Previously, now here you declared as a string, right? Here you declared as a string. Now here what you are going to do now? If you are storing that number, then what is that?
It will not accept it.
It will not accept. What is saying now? I product name is a string. Type number is not assignable to type string. Come
Type
on, guys.
string.
Type string now. So we restricted or not? Come on. We restricted this
Yes.
object data now. We
Yes.
restricted.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now mobile data. Let's take this one as a mobile data. Now instead of here true, here if you are storing any number, then it will give the issue now. This property will give the issue now. Now then what is that? Now this object is following this, what is that, this contract rule or not, guys? Come on, this object is
following.
now this
Yes.
object is following this contract rule. Come on, based on that one only it's working now. Now instead of, oh, if you are increasing anything here, let's take quantity also. Quantity, let's take number. Quantity, number. Once you are increasing the number, here you are getting the issue now. Here you are getting the issue now. What is that? Let product, I product. Property quantity is missing in the type, right? In the type name, string, price, number, stock, true, right? This one is the, but required, what is that? Required in type I product, right? What is that? What is saying now, guys? Means what is that? If you are, whatever property you are taking in interface, whatever property you are taking in interface, every property should be there inside that what? Object also, product object also. Then what you need to do now? You will take this one as a, in this one, and you will give the quantity. Let's give the quantity as a 50, right? Oh, sorry. Why is
Comma. 11th line is comma required.
yeah.
colon 50.
Nice.
Right now here you need to give the quantity property also, guys. Quantity property also. This is the rule we need to follow to design what is that? Contract. This is the rule to follow, what is that? To design the contract now, guys. So let's take this example now. Let's take this example, copy this one and paste it here. Now another rule, right? Another rule. Now people is getting that, what is that? How we will print it now? Okay, 1 minute. I'll print it also, guys, because later you guys will tell you explained it but you didn't print it, right? So simple. What we need to do now? Okay, now we are learning the rule only, right? Rule only. I will design one example. There itself only. I will compile and run it. I will compile and run it now, guys. So another rule is what? What is that? Contract component comprises of what is that? Optional rules. Means what is that? Just here what I did now, guys, just in this example, if we are not declaring here, means what is that? It's giving the issue or not. Means what is that? Whatever in the contract, whatever property we taken, every property must be right in the object also, na? Come on.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes.
We must write, what is that? Must write in the object also, right? This is the object, guys. Object, we learned already how to declare object in the TypeScript. Now in the object also, right? But what is that? What we are doing now? That is the reason we are getting this error or not? Come on.
Yes.
Because see, how many property are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 properties. Four properties are there. But here, how many properties we taken?
Three properties.
3 properties is taken, right? 3 property is taken. Now just let's take some more explanation about this now. So let's take project. In the project, what is that? We are developing the module, right? Module. Now module, in that, what is that? Some property, right? Every property, this property is categorized in 2 part, guys, in 2 part. What are those parts now, guys? What are those part? Objective part. That is, what is that? If objective part means what? Objective part means what is that? That part is mandatory. That part is what is that? Mandatory to achieve, and a time and a bound. Time and a bound. And another one is what? Another one is what is that? Goal. Goal. Another one is what? Goal. Another one is what? Goal. Goal is nothing but that property is optional. That property is optional. Maybe, may or may not. May or may not. That property may or may not means what is that? Just assume that I don't want this property. Already, if this property is there, this property, okay, let's take our application examples, guys. Okay, railway reservation. Railway reservation. Let's take our IRCTC. Right? IRCTC. Now some property I'm taking, guys. Some property I'm taking. Train availability. Availability, right? Train availability. Another one is what is that? Another one is what is that? Reservation. Reservation. Another one is what is that? Another one is what is that? Live train status. Now tell me, guys, which one is mandatory in the in this IRCTC application? Now just use your brain, right? As a normal end user, train availability.
In
First
availability and reservation, we
First one, train availability and reservation.
Train
First
availability.
two.
First two is mandatory, and live train status there is a no mandatory. If the mandatory if the thing is optional, that is called what is that? Goal. That is called what is that? Goal. And this one is called, this one is what is that? This one is called what is that? Objective. Now these two things is called what is that? Objective. Objective means what? Mandatory things. Same like what is that? If we are declaring any contract, in the contract any property is what is that? Objective type. Then what is that? That property is mandatory to what? Write in the object. If any property is what? Any property is goal type, is nothing but optional, then what we need to do now, guys? What we need to do now? Just simply we need to use, we learned already, right? We learned already some wildcard characters, right? Wildcard characters. Question mark means what is that? It's allow 0 or what is that? 0 or 1. 0 or 1 occurrences, right? 0 or 1 occurrences. Plus symbol is what is that? Allowing what is that? 1 or more. 1 or more occurrences. More occurrences. Right? More occurrences. And what is that? And what is that? Star is nothing but what? Star is allowing what? 0 or what is that? More occurrences. We learned already these wildcard characters, na? Come on. But don't worry.
Yes.
In the contract, these two will not allow. This one only will allow. And if we are using this one, this question mark in the what? In the contract, that one will represent what is that? Null reference. Null reference character, right? Null reference character. Simply what we need to do now, we will place this one as a here. What is that? Question mark. Now that error is gone or not, guys?
Yes, it's gone.
That error is gone, right? Come on.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So that error Gone now. Okay, fine now, guys. So here it's up to you guys. It's up to you. If you want, what is that? You can give the data. You can give the data. If you don't want, you can remove. Means what is that? This is the gold type. Is nothing but what is that? This is the optional data, right? Come on. This is
Yes, Ravi.
optional data, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah. So now simple. If you want to print it, if you want to print this data, then what is that? How we can do it now? We will take console console.log. Now console.log. Now how we will read it now, guys? How we will print it now? We will take the help of what is that? We will take, let's take name. We want to print the name now. Okay. Now take the dollar symbol, open curly bracket, close curly bracket. Now you need to take the help of what is that?
Product dot names.
Product dot name, right? Product dot name. Same like whatever property you want to print, you can print those property now. You can print those property now. Don't worry about that, guys. Still, I'm not explaining class. That is the reason directly I'm using. Still, extends keywords will come, as well as class keyword will come. In the class, we will declare the property, right? Initialization we cannot do. So many rules will be there. Those rules we will learn it. Totally beyond of what our Java rules. Java declaration, like how we are declaring the classes in the Java, totally different is there in the TypeScript. So that is the reason, please focus on those rules. Those rules, how we are declaring, how we are working on it. Now what is that? Let's compile and run it. Let's compile and run it. Now we will get the mobile. Now we are getting right name as a mobile. Now name as a mobile. Now here you can give the equal to. If you give the equal to, then it will be the little bit different is. Now we are getting right. You can like that you can take all property and you can print it, guys. You can print it, right? Print it now. Okay. So now our what? Our what is that? Now in the contract, our contract is supporting what? Our contract is supporting another rule, one more rule. Now that rule, let's understand that rule now. So what is that? Read only. Read only, right? Read only rule. Read only rules in what is that? In contract.
Ravi,
Yeah.
by the question mark, how like 0 or 1 occurrence or null reference character, how is it defined?
Sorry.
You said that you could put question mark, it will be denoted as a 0 or 1 occurrence, or it will be null or reference character.
Null or reference character. But here what is that? See, here what is that? 0 or more occurrences we learned now in the wildcard character. I explained this one. Whenever we are working in the regular expressions, right? We are using that. I said that instead of what is, if you are taking, somebody is what continuously use that. Yeah. Now here what is that? I told, right? Here what? In the contract plus and a star symbol is not useful, right? If you are placing here, just 1 minute, I'll show you. Good doubt. Now if you are placing here, what is that? Plus symbol, not working. Star symbol, not working. Question mark, it's a working. Means what is that? Here what? Here if you are taking that here, none data is nothing but null data will be there. To avoiding that null data, what we are doing now? We are passing the question mark. That is the reason null reference character. Null reference character means what is that? Here if in this reference, if there is no data, then what is that? How to make these things as a optional by using the question mark. So that one only I typed here. null reference character. What is that? If what is that? If here what? If we are without that, if we are taking this one, means what is that? Number type. But here what is that? We are not taking this reference. We are not taking this reference. Then means what is that? In this reference, what is that? Reference object, what? It will become null only, na? Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the reason I wrote what is that? Question mark is what is that? Null reference character. It's representing what is that? It's making that null reference character as a optional.
Like if quantity equals to null, I can put it over there. Like it will provide question mark.
Question mark what?
Sorry. In I product, you have put it as a question mark. After that product, I'll put as a quantity equals to null.
Here you want to put
Yes.
what is that? Quantity
Line number
equal
12.
to.
No.
Huh.
No. Quantity as it like that you can put it.
Want to put here.
In the line number 12.
Okay, line number 12. You are saying that let's take, okay.
I want to assign this quantity value as a null.
Quantity. If you assign that, it will work. Just tell me. It will work. What is saying that? Is not assignable to the number. Null is not assignable to number. Here, this is the object. This is the object. Object. Why you are treating object is not reference? Reference means what? What you are understanding about the reference? Just tell me.
I'm just referring this.
Reference means what?
Null is a value, but we are just referring to that object to that particular variable.
Okay. If you are the confused about that, just simply what is that? What is that? Question mark. Question mark is what is that? Making this property as a optional or mandatory. Just you can treat this one as a like that only, right? This one, if you are not understanding this one, just make this one as a use question mark symbol in the contract is making that contract property as a what? Optional. You can treat like that. Just why I explain this one, because we used in the regular expression, right? In the regular expression, question mark is presenting 0 or 1 occurrences, right? So same
Yes,
like
yes.
what is that? Same like what is that? Whenever we are taking the question mark, it's making what is that? It's making 0. 0 means what is that? If you are taking that that value, that is also fine. If you are not taking, that is also fine. That is only, right?
Yes, sir.
Anyone
Yes, yes.
anyone else having the doubt? Same doubt? What about others? No one is giving. Only in the Viru Reddy in the chat box also. He only giving the responses. What about others, guys?
Understood the concept.
Clear.
Yeah. Yeah. Now rule number another rule, right? Different rule. Now read only rule in the contract. Read only rule in the contract. Read only rule in the contract. Now, so what is that? What is this now? Now this one is what is that? Every component comprises of properties, and what is that? And method. Method. Don't worry, I'll explain the method also, how we are writing the method now. Method, and it is comprises the data is what is that? Stored in property. stored in the property, right? Stored in the property. And what is that? Functions. Function is what is that? Functions is designed by using what is that? By using methods now. Same like what? Same like means what is that? Now I'll explain it, guys. Okay, because function I didn't explain in the basic things, right? So functions is nothing but, if we are taking here what? If we are taking, let's take print, that is the function, and the return type we will take as a void, right? Return type we will take as a void. Means what is that? This is the abstract, what is that? Abstract function declaration in the interface in the TypeScript. Like that we are declaring now. So I'm talking about this one only now. So contract can contains rules for what is that? Method. Rules for what? Methods. Now so every contract, functions. Before explaining that, how I escape now. Just a minute, guys. If this is also, this presentation also not right. Read only rules, right? First we need to explain read only rules, then just a minute, guys. Yeah. Okay. Read only contract, right? Read only contract means what is that? How we are doing this one? Now. So every rule, right? Every rule defines what is that? In contract can be reassigned can be reassigned with what? With a new value, after initialization. After initialization of what is that? Value. After initialization of what? Value. You can restrict those value now, guys. Okay, let's see that now. Okay, so just simple, what we are going to do now, here we taken these properties, here also we taken this property. Now here what I'm going to do now, this is the, just take this property, one property, right? This is the name property is there now, guys. Come on, this one is the name property now. Here simply what I'm taking now, this name property. See, I'm taking again name property. Outside of what? Outside of here what? I'm taking name property, right? I'm taking the help of what is that object. Let's take product. Let's take what? Product dot name property, right? Name property. In the name property, what I'm taking now, instead of mobile, let's take HP laptop, right? HP. Now here what is that? We can able to reassign that property or not? We can able to reassign by taking the reference of that object or not, guys? Come on. Means what is that? See, every rule defines in the contract can be reassigned with what is that? New value after initialization of value. So now we can restrict, we can what is that, you can what is that, you can what, you can restrict, right, restrict. Now what we can do it now, this value we can restrict, assigning, we can restrict this value as a assigning of what is that, assigning of what is that, value after initialization. After initialization, by using what is that, by using what is that, read only, by using what is that, read only. Now what we are going to do now, guys, what we are going to do now, see here we assigned. Now what I'm going to do now, this price, now this price I'm going to do as a what, this price I'm going to do as a what is that, read only, read only, read only. Once we make this property as a read only, then what is that, if we are reassigning, right, if we are reassigning, then this property will not accept, then this property will not accept. Now copy this one, let's take product dot price. Let's take product dot price. Then what we are going to do now, we are going to reassign that product value. It's able to know, na, what it's saying that,
Yes.
what it's saying that property,
Not
I product property any cannot assign to what is that, price, because it is the read only. Come on, because it is a read only, na.
Read only. Yes.
Read only. So we can restrict some property in the contract. If we want to restrict that property in the contract, then what is that, what we will use it now, guys, read only. So after assigning the read only, then what is that, if we want to reassign the value, then it will not applicable, then it will not applicable. Now copy this one and paste this example. Paste this example now. So now another one, let's now rule for what is that, rules for what, rules for methods, rules for what is that, method in the TypeScript, guys. So now we know that in the JavaScript, right, just I'm taking that JavaScript function declaration. Now in the JavaScript, what we are doing now, guys, what we are doing now, in the JavaScript, what is that, we are taking, let's take one function we are taking, and we are giving that function name, right, function name. Let's take void. If we are not returning anything, means what is that, here we are taking modifier, and what is that, name we are taking, and argument we are taking, open bracket and a close bracket we are taking, in that. Here what is that, argument also we can take, right, argument also we can take in that, right, in that. But what is that, in the TypeScript, guys, in the TypeScript, what we are going to do now, declaration part, if you want, you can give your declaration part in the interface, so what is that, certain rule we need to follow it, now. So every component comprises of what is that, property.